Now, local political leaders also weighing in on President Biden's decision not to seek another term in office. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer saying Joe Biden has not only been a great president and a great legislative leader, but he is a truly amazing human being. His decision, of course, was not easy, but he once again put his country, his party, and our future first. Joe, today shows you are a true patriot and great American. New York's junior Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand saying President Biden has improved the lives of millions of Americans and leaves behind a legacy that will echo for generations. On behalf of myself and every New Yorker, thank you, Joe. Democratic Congressman Tim Kennedy saying President Biden led our nation out of its darkest days and protected our democracy. We are forever grateful for his service. Now, local Republican Congressman Nick Langworthy posting this on social media saying if Joe Biden is not fit to run for president, he is not fit to serve as president. I'm calling on him to resign immediately. Our Derek Hyde also catching up with the Niagara County Republican Chairman Richard Andrus.
Well, I think it proves the things that we've been saying for the past 4.5 years, that Biden is, not capable of the test of the presidency. He's certainly, has proven that time and again. And, it's a sort of a sad day for the country to kind of have that finally just totally come out.
Right. Do you think this is a good thing for the Republican Party?
Well, it depends on who they pick and all that good stuff. I don't have any faith in the leaders of the Democrat Party. They propped up, a person who was incompetent for several years. So them picking somebody else, I don't know if I trust them to do that either.
All right, back to the Democrats now. Governor Kathy Hochul now endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris for president. Earlier today, she released a statement on today's historic development. She said Joe Biden is a true American hero, a true statesman, and he'll go down in history as one of the greatest champions of working families our nation has ever known. And then Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz is saying President Biden has dedicated his life to serving our nation. He will go down as the most consequential president of our lifetime. Now, earlier tonight at 6, I was joined by our political analyst Bob McCarthy. We talked about a little more on the presidential race that has been anything but ordinary, along with Kamala Harris's chance to be on the ballot come November. Listen.
Taylor, I have to think that there is just this beehive of activity behind the scenes in so many places in Washington and other cities around the country right now. Just think, this is Kamala Harris. This is her time. This is when she's going to have to try to get this thing nailed down right now. But anything can happen. These opportunities don't come by very often for people who are eyeing the presidency. And if she was able to run for this year and then in 2028, that shuts out a lot of people who might not have another chance. So you have to think what's going on not only in her camp, but in the camps of others who are also thinking about running.
And then the next couple of days, the next couple of months, probably going to be so much of that work that happens behind the scenes. This hasn't happened, as was mentioned, since 1968. How does this impact the Democratic National Convention next month?
It just makes it an entirely different show. This is not going to be what conventions have been in recent years, where they're just, infomercials, giant infomercials. This is going to be real working politics that is going to grind out the sausage making here of electing or nominating a new Democratic candidate. So if it's really contested, we could have all kinds of backroom deals and things that used to go on in the old days that we haven't seen since 1968. And when it happened then, the Democratic Party adopted new rules that made pretty much the primary the determining factors. So it could be just about the most interesting party convention that any of us have ever seen.
And I think then the election to follow up will also be so interesting with these campaigns that will continue to go on. What do you think now as we kind of paint a broader brush between Trump and potentially Kamala? Could Kamala beat Trump? Does this kind of embolden Trump a little bit more?
Well, at least it injects an entirely new atmosphere and a fresh face into this. Remember, Taylor, that this election has been dominated by the double haters, people who hated both of these candidates, and that could spill over into a Harris-Trump campaign also. But it does inject something new and different, and it's not two old guys going after each other. You have a clear sense of differences here between the two candidates, if it's Kamala Harris.
No doubt there's going to be so much more to talk about in the coming days and weeks, so stay with 7 News for continuing coverage on this historic day and what happens for the Democrats moving forward. We're going to have local reaction posted on our website, WKBW.com, along with all of our social media platforms.